So my 2004 Mini Cooper S gradually started pulling to the right. I found out that the inner ball joint was loose. Location of the ball joint. What to do if you have the time is to take some penetrating fluid and just spray all of this stuff down. The two bolts on the top of the ball joint are 16 millimeter. The one on the bottom is 21 millimeter. So I'm going to take the caliper off. I have a separate video that shows you how to remove the caliper. Just click this little thing that's popping up on your screen right now. I'm also going to take this dust shield off so I have more room to swing the wrench. It's a bunch of T25 screws. And there, and there. For the bolt that is under the axle boot, use the ring spanner side of a combination spanner, aka box end wrench, aka the side with the hole. And I would strongly recommend getting a nice modern ratcheting one, because that will save you a lot of time. So the axle, it does need to come out because there's just not enough room for that bolt to slide all the way out of the subframe. It's all the way unthreaded, but there's just not enough room for it to come out. So I'm going to show you how to remove the axle. To get the axle nut off, take the center cap out of the wheel and put the wheel back on the car and lower it down a little bit so that the wheel touches the ground and there's a good amount of weight on it. And use a 3/4 inch drive ratchet set with a 32 millimeter socket and probably a 4 or 5 foot piece of black pipe as a breaker bar. These nuts are on there very tight. I would not recommend using an impact gun if you plan on reusing your CV axle, because an impact gun can shock the axle or strip the threads out on the axle shaft. With the ratchet, the force is transferred through the wheel into the ground rather than through the axle. I did this after I disconnected the ball joint, so you may want to do this before you disconnect the ball joint. It'll be a lot easier. For this bolt, if you turn your steering wheel all the way to the right, it'll bring this tie rod down a little bit so you can have more room to fit your tool in there. To get the axle out of the hub, you'll also need to pop one of the ball joints, either the inner one or the outer one. In this case, you can see I popped the inner one. I have another video about how to pop the outer one if you're interested in doing that. You should be able to get the bolt out. Here's the old ball joint. New ball joint. I guess the axle doesn't need to be completely removed, just one end of it. get a long breaker bar with a swivel head, you can actually swivel it through all of these components and get a long swing. So those two top bolts are supposed to be torqued to 74 foot-pounds. The lower one gets torqued to 59 foot-pounds. The reason why it's getting so dark is because I'm kind of spreading this work out. I'm getting home at like 3 p.m. from work, and by the time I start working on the car, it's pretty much dark. Reattach the dust shield. Gets torqued to 134 foot